From the point of view of a physician, every candidate for major political office owes to the electorate clear assurance that they're capable of satisfying the requirements of the job.
It's just a matter of when someone applies for a job like the presidency, you sacrifice a little bit of your privacy, and you have to make that decision. You don't have to apply for the presidency, but if you do, then we're going to want to know how healthy you are.
And I suggest that we hold him to releasing the entirety of his medical records so we as the American people can make an informed choice as to his capacity to actually satisfy the requirements of the job.
Senator McCain's medical records were released to a select group of journalists.
It's sort of a little bit of a different experience than I'm used to as a medical doctor. We're going to be sort of ensconced in this room for a period of time. No electronic devices are allowed in.
Over 1,000 pages of his own health records.
3 hours to review hundreds of pages of medical records. A daunting task, even for a doctor. No copies can be made of McCain's records. There's no internet or cell phone use allowed in the room.
He's running for the highest office in the land. His health, with limits, becomes the public business.
He's had every kind of skin cancer you can get. Basal cell cancer, squamous cell cancer, and of course malignant melanoma.
There's so much we don't know about this illness, and it's so incredibly difficult to treat once it has recurred, that the relevance of knowing the details of his course with melanoma are very important.
Well, we're excited about a lot of the immunotherapies or vaccines for melanoma, but to date there's really still no good cure for melanoma once it's spread. So these are the survival curves of patients with melanoma over 15 years that were produced by the American Joint Committee on Cancer Staging. You can see on the bottom are the number of years, and on the side are the proportion of people surviving. So in the beginning, 100% of people are alive, but the more serious your melanoma is, the less chance you have of survival. And you can see stage 2 melanoma, which is what Senator McCain had, that there's about a 60% chance survival at 10 years, but it continues to trail off over 15 years.
Malignant melanoma strikes almost 63,000 people in the U.S. every year and claims more than 8,000 lives.
McCain's had melanoma removed 4 times, the most recent in 2002. There's a 66% chance of it recurring within 10 years. 8 years have already passed.
The cancer risks rise with age.
The truth is that you can have recurrence from a deep melanoma, such as he had. As many as 20 years later, you can have a recurrence. And so those statistics are known, and we should just know the absolute details about what his chances for survival are.
So if he was to have a recurrence in the course of the next few years, the treatments are so difficult and so toxic that during the time he would be undergoing potentially life-prolonging treatment, he would be disqualified and incapacitated from fulfilling the responsibilities of a public servant.
He smoked 2 packs a day for 25 years.
Degenerative arthritis.
A lot of people might not have known that he had had cataract surgery in the past.
High cholesterol, high blood pressure, arthritis, vertigo, and allergies.
He's on 6 different medications for his kidneys, for his cholesterol. He takes Ambien occasionally.
There are a list of diseases that just get more common with age. Alzheimer's, cardiovascular disease, stroke, arthritis. He has a lot of them. I'd like to know what tests are being done to see if he has any others.
John McCain's age makes his health particularly relevant.
The military screens everyone very carefully for their medical records, and if someone's going to fly a plane, you wouldn't want to find out later that they had seizures while you're flying the plane. So by the same comparison, we wouldn't want to find out midstream that he's going to die of melanoma a year later.
We deserve to know the details of his medical records, and the American people deserve to make an assessment of whether they're satisfied that he's capable of fulfilling his obligations as president.